like I'd be remiss not to ask you about labor issues at DoorDash. I mean, obviously there was this tipping issue where, you know, you weren't necessarily informing the drivers what the tip was going to end up being on their orders. You know, and it ended up becoming a fraught situation because obviously you have a business imperative to make sure that all of your customers are served. So I wonder if you can kind of take us through that challenging situation and, you know, talk about the policy as it stands.
I think when it comes to figuring out how to service the Dasher community really well, I think one thing that we always try to prioritize, which is what the Dashers tell us, is flexibility and independence of the work. And I think we definitely had a challenge with what you're describing there. Probably, I don't remember, it was like 2015 or so. And I think, you know, we've done a lot since then to really figure out ways to continue the dialogue with Dashers and making sure that we're meeting them where they are. And so we have Dasher advisory councils actually in each country that we operate in, and making sure that we put our operating teams in front of our customer bases, going back to our operating principle of being customer obsessed. Mm-hmm. And also just making sure that, again, we provide them the flexibility and independence they want. I mean, you look at here in Ontario, we have over 76,000 Dashers who've been active on the platform here, and they work average less than 3 hours a week. And so figuring out ways in which we can help them meet their needs on the platform is something that is going to continue to be a priority for us to make sure that we can sustain our platform and to grow it healthily.
Do you maintain arbitration as a means for resolving issues with labor?
I actually don't know off the top of my head in terms of what our policies are in different countries.
Okay. One policy I do love from DoorDash is the concept of We Dash. Can you talk about what We Dash is?
Sure. So I'll rewind back to the founding story of DoorDash. Is after we had talked to merchants and found out about this delivery challenge they had, the founders, we actually did the first couple hundred deliveries ourselves. And it taught us a lot about the experience of being a Dasher, also getting to see kind of how chaotic the merchant operations can get, especially during peak lunch and dinner hour. And so one thing that was really important for us to maintain, as the company became more established, is figuring out ways in which we can get our employee base to be in touch with all three sides of the marketplace through dashing. And so We Dash is an employee program